everyone! Welcome to another episode of GameSlean TV. It's Thursday night. Here we are again. We got a ton of stuff to talk about tonight. Guys, welcome to GameSlean TV. If you're just joining us for the first time tonight, GameSlean TV is a weekly news and review show. Every week we review the latest games and bring you the latest news. So let's get right to it. My name is Chris, and I am your host. Joining us for the first time tonight, to my right, we've got Molly.
Hey guys, what's up?
Over on the co-host sofa, we've got Nick.
Josh.
Josh isn't here tonight. Steve is here.
We've got Josh.
We've got Jeff.
Josh.
I wish we had Josh.
Jeff.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah. Over on production, we've got Xander.
This shit's lagging.
It's all right.
Smoking.
Just keep it going.
I don't know.
Charging gigabytes. And of course, remotely via Skype, we've got Tomb.
Still here. Let's have a great show, everybody.
Yeah, get hype. Get hype. All right, there's a few news items this week. You ready to talk about the news?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Some stuff from Valve this week, guys. They announced SteamOS. So Valve's going to do their own operating system. This is going to be a, what are the details on this again?
Was this Linux?
It's Linux-based.
Oh, man.
A lot of people, I think, expected this, right? What do you guys think? Are you guys going to install this thing to run your PC games if they start making this stuff available on Steam and SteamOS?
I don't have a PC.
Probably not.
No.
With Tom.
Yeah.
TBD. We'll see. Yeah, we need more information. We need to see it in action, I think, right?
Thanks a lot, Gabe.
I'm too lazy to change my OS all the time.
I mean, what's the benefit of switching from this to from like Windows to like over to this? Give me
Assuming here, Windows probably has like all the junk running in the background.
Yeah, Windows has a lot of overhead.
Stripped down.
This is more of like a specialization, I guess.
yeah.
Significant performance increases in processing, all that garbage.
All right. I mean, I'm not
We'll
the biggest
see.
fan
Yeah.
of garbage, but I guess we'll see.
I think you guys are right. We'll have to see it in action. But yeah, I don't know about this. If they have, you know what the thing is? People are saying they gotta do Half-Life 3, right? So put Half-Life 3 exclusive on that, and that'll get people's attention.
If they put Half-Life 3 exclusive for Steam OS and only Steam OS, I will get it. But otherwise, you know, we'll have to see. But if they're going to make an exclusive like that, I feel like I'll have to get it because, you know, I've been waiting since Half-Life Episode 2. So
Yeah, seriously, come on.
I think
All
we
right.
touch on that every week, too.
Also, they announced the Steam machines. So this was
Yeah.
coming as well. This is they rumored to be calling it the Steam Box, but these are going to be. I mean, you're going to be able to buy these. These are going to be available from third-party hardware suppliers. So probably like a Dell or HP or some other unnamed suppliers. This will be a piece of hardware you can buy. It'll run SteamOS, and you can stick this in your living room, and it'll sit right next to your Xbox One or PlayStation 4. This I don't know about.
Sounds great.
Yeah, they talked about the Steam Box, and people knew something like this was coming, but I don't know. I don't know, if this is going to take people away from the Xbox or the PlayStation.
I feel like it's like difficult to compete with such large companies like Xbox or PlayStation or like Microsoft and everything. So it's like cool in the sense that Steam is kind of growing as a small company to the point where they're like putting out these things. But yeah, it's definitely wait and see, I guess.
I want to see the price on it because, I mean, I already have my PC set up and being able to like pretty much run anything on Steam, but a few years down the line when they release these, and if I don't feel like upgrading my PC and this is like a decent price point, I'll pick one up. But it depends on how much it is.
Yeah, and there's supposed to be different models too. There's supposed to be like different levels of performance you can get. So, if you want to go with the cheaper end, you won't be playing the games on it at like full settings, but you'll still be able to get the stuff and stream it, play it, whatever. I don't know. I'm kind of with you guys, I guess. We'll wait and see how it turns out and if it's worth getting.
And they didn't release any price points yet, right? There's no.
No, this was just an announcement saying it's coming. They've probably got some hardware vendors signed on at this point, but nothing really concrete. So there you go. News from Valve this week. We'll keep an eye out and see how that turns out. Next thing we got to talk about here. So South Park. If you're fans of South Park, the South Park game we've been watching, South Park: The Stick of Truth, now has a release date, December 10th.
Finally.
Yeah, finally. It's here. Almost.
This was originally supposed to be
This was
released
supposed to be out like
March 15th.
yeah,
this year.
something like that. I've been like waiting forever, like, and then it got pushed to like the summer, and then like to be determined, and
Well,
now
THQ went under, right?
yeah, that whole thing unfortunately like held it back. So like I'm psyched to play this. I mean, I've been saying that since like day one, like because I like Obsidian. You know, I think they make awesome RPGs. And I like South Park, and they're working close with each other to actually make like a game that's like true to the show and actually looks like to be a halfway decent RPG. So yeah, I'll definitely be playing that one day one. So
Yeah, I mean, it looks funny, even the graphics. It looks like the actual show itself. So,
yeah. So now we have a release date, so I know when I can finally be playing that.
It looks like the show too.
Obviously.
Does it though,
Yeah,
Steve?
they got that.
Does it?
They got that $79 Wizard Edition. There it is. So if,
Is it the Grand Wizard Edition?
yeah.
Oh, come on.
You can get this. You get a Cartman figure. You get a map of the town, I think, and there's some other DLC bonuses or something like that. So if you get that,
I'm gonna get
you get
that.
that $80 burning a hole in your pocket, you can spring for the upgraded Cartman Grand Wizard Edition there.
My mom just asked what I want for Christmas.
There it is.
No.
Put it on the list.
Your parents can't afford that. They got to pay for electricity first.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's round
Hey, Nick,
things
remember
out.
that?
To round things out, we got one more news item here this week. Guys, everyone's been playing GTA 5. And
I haven't.
Well, so yeah, you haven't been playing it. The online is supposed to come out next week, so they announced this from fairly back. The online was not available when the game launched, but it's coming soon. However, they didn't expect to sell as many copies, and they're anticipating things are going to be a little bit rough for GTA Online because there's going to be so many people trying to hop in there. So, I mean, we're going to be there. The GameSlean,
Oh, yeah.
GameSlean TV crew has been formed. So join us. We'll be in there.
We're taking over Grove Street.
If we can get in, if the servers aren't on
Nice.
fire.
It's cool that they brought it up. I mean, let's face it, like a major like online game like this coming out, like you pretty much knew. I think people, even before they announced, people were like, yeah, like I don't expect to like just easily jump on and play on day one. It's going to be a rough start. It's cool that they addressed it, like, because they obviously don't, they're not being ignorant about it, but at the same time to say they weren't expecting to sell that many copies.
Yeah, I doubt it. The game that like the most expensive game ever.
Yeah.
Like it was so highly anticipated.
Well, I don't
Like,
think they
made
didn't
$1
expect to be the
billion
best-selling video game of all time either.
What was that?
They didn't expect to be the best-selling game of all time
I mean,
either.
it's-
Yeah.
I've loved the game so far, and I'm psyched for the online. I was expecting it to have a rough start because, like I said, it's a huge open world, and now you're putting in like a big multiplayer component. Like, so I didn't expect like just a clean like start right away. I figured it's it's gonna have to go through a couple of patches like the first week or so before we get like smooth running in the game. So I'm expecting it. I'm still happy about the game, and I still can't wait to jump on it anyways. So GameSlean
Yeah,
represent.
I'll
There you go.
get on there eventually.
Yep, it's going to be awesome. So that's it. There you go. There's the news this week, guys. So this week we're going to change things up a little bit. Later on, we're going to review the recently released AVGN Adventures game. But before that, I wanted to talk about Mass Effect because when we started, here Nick's been chomping.
Yeah,
at
you
the
mean
bit here
you
for
mean
the last
elevator
week
effect.
after we decided to do this here. But we started GameSlean earlier this year, and we started before we had a chance. Mass Effect 3 had been released, and the trilogy had been finished before we had a chance to talk about it. So we're gonna take half our time here for the second half of the show and just do a quick look back at Mass Effect, where we think it's gonna go for the new console generation. So here we go. Let's start with the first Mass Effect game, I guess. I want to beat these guys to the punch because I know they're going to say this. Before I had the 360 and I only had the PlayStation, this game was released and everyone was like, "Oh man, this game seems like it would be right up your alley. You got to play this." And I had seen a few things and I had seen people complaining about the load times, and so I kind of joined in with everyone saying, "Oh, that game, it's elevator effect. You just stand in the elevator and wait for the
Yeah, and
elevator."
you were
to
right.
You're going, right?
You were
Whatever.
absolutely right.
So yeah. I had to say that because I knew that was going to come up, but I'll be honest. I did get a 360 and I did play this game, and you guys are right. This game is awesome. So this was my first BioWare RPG. What do you guys have to say about the first one here? Because it's probably been a while. Or
Excellent.
actually, Molly's playing it now. So how about you start?
Yeah, I don't know. My roommate, like a year ago, was playing the second one, and I had never played the game before, and we would just sit and watch each other play video games all the time. So I was like, this is awesome. It's definitely time that I dip my toes in the water, I guess. But so far, it's an awesome game. I think I'm like halfway, 2/3 through, but yeah, I get why you love it so much.
Yeah. As far as the elevator effect, I gotta get to that because
Yeah, the
I
load times-
Take the
the load
elevator
times
on the
do
Normandy.
suck.
Take the elevator on the
That's
Normandy
okay.
down to the cargo bay.
multiple times. It's not that bad.
Sit there and watch the thing move.
We did this the first episode. The
Yeah, you remember
characters
what- you
and the
remember what I
story,
said?
just like
You're an apologist. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Shut up.
You just
the characters are so good. The story. The thing is, this game is all about characters.
Yeah, that's true.
characters.
the elevator load times do kind of suck. When this game, I was hyped for this game because I was a big BioWare
But I
fan
think this-
anyways, and the game's awesome. I loved it. So I was, from beginning to end, I was psyched on this game. I remember telling Chris about it. I remember hearing Chris's complaints about it without even playing it. So it is funny to hear him praise this game now, but it's, I mean,
Very similar
Yeah, it's like
to,
10 years
Battlestar
later he's
Galactica
praising the game.
in some ways.
Yeah, when I first played this game, I played on a PC like a normal person. So
Come on.
this is also the first game I played with an SSD, so load times were non-existent.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that complaint was lost on you. You had no clue
that
what I
I
was
will
talking
say, because
about.
I played through it a second time, because I moved over to PC, so I replayed it. Oh my god. I will say, at least for this first game, because when I did my second playthrough, because I played through as a soldier at first, and I said, well, let me try like an adept or one of the other more specialty classes. I couldn't do it with a controller. I got my ass kicked constantly. Played on PC, I could just hotkey everything, and it was just like way better. And those load times were like nothing. So, yeah, I agree with Xander there. It's just it's definitely an improved PC experience with this game.
Sure.
I'm gonna tell you about my experience with the game. I played it one day, fell asleep, never played it again.
Yeah, I let you borrow my copy, and then I got it back the next day. I was like, "Did you even play this?" You're like, "No,
I played it for one night. I fell
Tom doesn't
asleep during
like
the
good
middle of it.
games.
I was like, well,
Tom's
I was
a gaming
like, that was
hipster.
boring
He
as
likes
crap,
things
and then
that
I
are,
never played that game again.
that are retro and cool like
oh
that.
boy.
And you also have Karth from Knights of the Republic, who plays.
Yeah, Karth sucked anyway.
Yeah,
so
well,
no, I
He
fell
died
asleep during that
pretty
game
quickly at the
too.
end of my game, so
You didn't have Ashley in your party?
no, I did. I had him stay behind and arm the nuke. So,
Yeah, I like Mass Effect 1. I almost kind of... The second one I thought was like... I know we're not talking about it yet, but like the second one I thought in terms of gameplay was a lot better, but there's something about the first game I liked a lot more than the second.
The first game had an actual inventory system.
Yeah,
unlike
the
what
first
they
one
did
was
later.
more of a
RPG.
traditional RPG,
Yeah.
exactly. And the second one, they stripped a lot of things out, and they focused more on the shooting and the less on the whole leveling and inventory management aspects of it. But yeah, I mean, we can bounce over to the second game. The thing is, like, one of the things I really like about it is the fact that you save your.
Look at this, the first game had grenades. Where the hell did those go?
Oh yeah, the disc grenades.
The thing with the second game, it was just too action for me. I liked it. It was the first game was so very RPG, and I didn't
Yeah,
like it. Was, like,
but
too
the action makes it more fluid. It's easier to play through. It's more fun.
What, the second one?
I
I
like-
totally disagree.
I think the action scenes were
I'm actually
fine
playing
in
the
the
second
first
one right
game.
now because I started playing that and I prefer it to the first one. I actually like that it's more action oriented.
The second one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
takes.
Yeah, I like that too.
I think the second
Here we
one,
go. Here we go. Watch this.
All right.
Whatever.
Wait.
Does it really take away from the
Yeah,
game?
there they are in the elevator as usual. I fell asleep during this part playing the first game. It's boring as crap.
Yeah, I
this
think-
looks like a real joy.
They did. They tried to hide some stuff, right? And you
This should be its own game.
You get the newscasts and stuff where it'll talk about stuff that you probably did, and they do try and alleviate some of this, just kind of sitting here watching the
Waiting
lights.
around
Brings
to
you
get
in
out
the
of the
atmosphere.
elevator.
Gotta
Brings
go
the
buy my own
atmosphere.
copy right now. Look at that.
So exciting.
Look at this.
Wait,
that
wait,
money
is
for
this
that SSD was well spent. This is not acceptable.
So what
Yeah,
did this
Xander's
do?
the
Then?
only
Did
one
this
playing
like
it the
you
right
would get in
way.
the elevator and then the doors would just open back up? Like so would
yeah,
it?
it's just like you see that shit in the background going by. It just goes by, and then you're
Yeah,
at the bottom.
it was like 5 to 10 seconds tops.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if that.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
I will say, like, I was hyped on this game when I first played. I was psyched. I did notice that right away too. I was like, damn. I was like,
It's a long time to wait in an elevator.
yeah, it's elevator. Yeah. As far as going from this one to the second one, I was fine with the action, like shooting in this game, because I looked at it as, I guess, an RPG and less of a shooter. And the transition to the second one is definitely noticeable, where you get like ammo drops and stuff, and there's like way more guns, which is cool. But I don't know, something about the first one, like for me, like just really like hit the point. Like the music and everything was just like perfect in it, and like I felt like the story, even though it was only the first part of the trilogy, like just had a nice feel to it that, I don't know, for me the second and third just didn't really hit. They were still very good games, but to me, like my favorite one's always the first one, the one I've replayed the most.
Yeah, I
agree.
kind of feel like the first one was maybe like a slower paced game with like just like
Yeah,
the story and everything.
it
Just,
definitely was.
take your time, enjoy this new universe and everything. And then
I like
second
that.
game is basically, all right, shit's going down, get your crew ready, go through the Omega Relay.
Hurry up.
And then you're like,
Beat
yeah.
the game
Well,
already.
they marketed the second game as like, oh, it's more of a personal experience because you have these different characters. I kind of disagree with that. I think having less characters, like the first game, was more of a personal experience because you actually had time to like get to know these characters.
Are there just like more options to choose from for
For,
like your
in the-
party in the
There's
second
so
one?
many more characters.
And obviously in the first game, there's like you have like an extra 4 to 5 party members. In the second game, there's a total of 9.
There's way
So,
too
like,
many.
and the whole point of like what I would do in the first game is after every mission, I would go down and talk to Rex, Liara,
That's what you gotta do.
Ashley, and it was awesome because it really brought you into that world. With this, like, after every mission with the second game, I would have to go, and it just didn't feel the same.
Yeah, all right, go down
it
the
was
line.
like too
right.
much.
But I mean-
Get everybody. Can't miss anyone.
Like that, yeah, that's the thing. Like, it depends how you want to play the game. Like, personally, like when I play games like this, like I want all the characters. Like, when I play an RPG, I talk to like everybody in the town, or like that's just the way I play. So like with too many characters, this game kind of just seemed like a bit heavy-handed. It seemed like way too much. But I guess you can choose not to play that way and just like, just get the characters, as they come to you, and it kind of makes each time you play the game maybe a little different if you choose a different character. But I don't know.
I feel like in the second game, like, yeah, there was a bunch of characters, all different, like, varied characters, like stealth assassin and like hacker and all that, which was kind of cool. But like, even that was like, I could feel myself getting like, okay, I don't care about stealth guy.
I just
Like, gotta go down to the cargo bay and talk to that guy again. Like, don't even bother. I don't even care anymore.
I just talked to Liara and
It's
Ashley
boring.
the whole time just so they could like me. We can make sweet space love, but that's just me personally.
Space love.
Space love.
I mean, I can't say that's the way I'm playing the game, but I can see why
playing
one
it
might play
wrong.
it from that standpoint.
We should be coming up on the Mass Effect 2 here footage at some point. But anyways, I was gonna say the thing that I really like, and other games have done this as well. But here's the first time you meet Rex. But one of the things I liked is the fact that you take your save file from the first game and you take it through onto Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3, and that's really cool because you keep your class and you can change certain things along the way, but it really gives you a sense that the stuff that you do across each of the 3 games is retained, and you have to decide certain things one way or another, and that's really cool.
Yeah, wait until the third one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've heard such terrible things about the third
it's
one.
not. I like it. I like it.
It's fun. It's fun. If you like the first one, I mean, I liked them all. I feel like this first game set up like these really big expectations, and I don't want to say dumbed down, but I will. I feel like the other 2 games were just kind of, they were dumbed down. I feel like I think they're made to focus more towards an action game audience. And
2 and 3.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Like the first
Okay,
one
yeah,
was like
definitely.
the real RPG, explore everything, all its elements, and then the second 2, like especially the third one, I was like, all right, we're in over our head with these decisions, all this shit. We can't make the game change for every decision, or we can't make the ending of the entire series change for every decision. We gotta do something. All right, 3 endings, that's it, to get it done.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, and this is kind of off base with, off subject with Mass Effect, but I feel like BioWare in general has kind of taken a drop in quality. I feel like this is like the last, like, like classic BioWare game in my opinion. Well, actually, some people would argue Dragon Age Origins, I guess, but for me, I personally think this is like the last classic BioWare. What used to be like the untouchable RPG developer, now they feel kind of subpar, like since this game came out, or since I should say like the third game in Dragon Age 2 and stuff. So
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, this was my first BioWare RPG, and so you got stuff like the dialogue wheel and other things that are consistent but across the BioWare games. But I can definitely see what you're saying, because since the EA acquisition, it definitely feels different.
Yeah, I think, and that was the first time with EA because they started with the second game and it became more action. And I think Xander mentioned earlier, like with this game, it's just like a slower pace, and I kind of like that.
Even right here, just like driving the Mako around like
This was
Uncharted.
awesome.
I
too,
love
yeah.
driving
Everything,
this
like,
thing.
That wasn't in the second game.
They don't have that in the second one.
Well, it
No,
was.
you
You get what
mine minerals.
you get
and-
there's a
oh
mining.
yeah.
There's
I
a
mean,
mining
you just,
mini, but
like,
you get
shoot the things
Yeah,
at the
I
planet.
mean,
if you
it's
get
kind of
the
addicting, but
if you get the Firewalker pack, they do have the
Yeah,
the
it's
like
Mako.
one mission.
So
yeah, there's like a DLC.
or no, not the
with it,
the
but
Hammerhead. It's not wheels. It's like it's a similar.
It's like a hovercraft
Yeah,
type
it's
thing.
a similar
Yeah.
type of ground vehicle, but it kind of feels the same. It's wicked fast. It's way faster than the Mako, and it doesn't
Yeah,
it doesn't have
that-
wheels on it.
I don't know. I liked, like, personally, I like playing the side missions a lot just because I really like to drive this thing
Yeah,
around.
this is definitely
but
cool.
I don't know. The game is definitely so expansive that, like, every time you turn it on, you can choose to, either talk to every person that you can, or you can just play side missions for 5 hours or whatever, or, like, I don't know.
No,
I hope that it's a thing that's sustained through, like, the rest of them, but
I think
I'm
it
not
is.
really sure that that's
What
the
do
case.
you guys think of the elusive man?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, this
who
guy.
cares?
He was
I don't
alright.
really remember him.
Is that the
What?
Inquisitive Man or whatever?
Really?
What's his deal again?
The Elusive Man?
Never heard of him.
He's the leader.
Isn't that Alec Baldwin?
No, it's Martin Sheen.
It's Martin
Oh,
Sheen,
Martin.
dude.
I was close, right?
Not even close. You're way off base.
That's some Hollywood jerk.
No, Martin Sheen's awesome.
Yeah.
No, he did a good job. I mean, with Mass Effect 2, you're right. It was about the characters, and I liked how it was about, okay, you get this plan out in front of you. You have to recruit all these specialists, and then you have to go on this ridiculous, insane mission that you're probably not going to come back from. But it still has the side quests, and it still has the other stuff to do, and each character has loyalty missions. So this game worked really well, and it was on my list when we started doing this show as one of my favorite games. Mass Effect 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. Mass Effect 2, they just hit all the points on this game. It was definitely awesome. So, I mean, I don't know. And you can see from the gameplay here how they
Nick might
changed
disagree
it.
with you there.
Oh, I disagree. Not completely, but I just I don't know. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I just liked the slower, the aspect of the first one, and I liked how there was less characters, so you could really get to know them more.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. But like the gameplay in 2 is still awesome. I just like the way it played better in 1.
I liked how you had most of the characters from the original game, and most of them came over, and then you had a whole bunch of new ones to go get and and meet and add to your squad too. So
Yeah, and then even
And he had some DLC characters to
oh,
pay
yeah,
for
there
after
was
you
how
buy
many
it.
Yeah.
DLC characters could you?
There was
There
second
was-
one had 2, I
it was
believe.
2. Yeah, it was Zaid and Kasumi.
Yeah.
And Zaid was a pretty cool character, but you gotta shell out
And then
some
they
extra
like,
dough for that.
especially like we're seeing here with like the hacking system. Like
I thought-
they redid this, which that was like.
I thought this was a good addition on this.
Yeah,
this
yeah, I'm
hacking
not saying they
minigame.
added a lot of good additions. Like with side quests, I think it was so much better than the first game. But I'm saying, with that was like for me what I noticed. It's like it was just so much better in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the second game felt way bigger.
You think it? Oh, yeah, I can
It
see
just
that.
felt bigger. Like I felt like there's just more to do. I
It
mean, there's
felt-
so many more characters.
Felt bigger
and-
in some ways. Like they locked out like half the Citadel. Like, was that the
Oh
third
yeah,
game?
the no, you're right. The Citadel was non-existent in the second game, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, if your game carries over, it wouldn't be, I guess. Well, I mean, maybe
Well,
that
okay,
changes.
yeah, we won't.
I'm not there yet.
No,
maybe, I
yeah,
don't
that's
know.
what I was saying. We won't ruin it for you, but there's part. there's sort of a reason why you can't access the Citadel too much in the second game, but then there's also, I think they, for whatever reason, maybe they got lazy or maybe whatever. They could have reused the stuff from the from Mass Effect 1, but in 3 the Citadel's like completely redesigned and
Also,
there's
that
more stuff to
guy-
do.
The dude who does that voice is from
Yeah,
Battlestar,
That's
right?
the guy. Yeah, I forget his name.
Colonel
He's the
Ty.
XO. Yeah. So
Oh
Yep,
yeah.
There you go. Yeah, they.
I'm almost
Do,
done with
do
that
they
series.
do they do that in other BioWare games? Do they get like Hollywood actors or?
In,
Yeah, I think so.
in Dragon Age, I can't think of anyone too big in it.
With
And
with
then
Fallout, they did though. I think.
dude,
Fallout?
completely different company.
Is that the right
Yeah,
company?
that's Bethesda.
Is that the
It
right?
was
I don't know. All these
Interplay
games are
first, and then-
all these newfangled new games are stupid anyway.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, this one had like some bigger names that I'm trying to think other BioWare games with like actual voice acting. I guess there was like KOTOR and Jade Empire, and then there was Dragon Age 1 and 2. I never finished Dragon Age 2. I thought it was pretty much crap. Dragon Age 1 is very good though, but I can't remember any big name like Hollywood actors in that.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I heard
like Tom
Dragon
Cruise
Age 2
and
was a
Brad
bit of a
Pitt.
rush job, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was crap. The third one's coming out soon, so
Yeah, it was crap.
we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna definitely try it out because I don't want to just completely disregard this company because like the last few games haven't like been up to par with some
Right.
of their older games, but we'll see.
This was good. The shopping.
Yeah,
I-
This is the Citadel, right? So
collecting
yeah, the
ships.
Citadel available, but in limited
I-
areas.
It's just the way that it's designed. I kind of wish they had the same exact world. Maybe like design things differently. Like this just looks completely different.
You're right. It does.
I mean, it's different parts of it, I guess, too, because it's a big ass station. So it's
Something
like
about the art direction is slightly different, and I don't know. I just love. I would play the first game.
I know
back
what
to
you
back
mean,
to
though.
back.
I know what you mean. The first game had more of like an open like sci-fi space opera look.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this one looks more like and it looks the same, but like there are certain things that make me think more of like a military like shooter in a sci-fi setting.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
more. It's like
It's
I don't know.
subtle,
It's
but
like
I know what you're talking
It's
about.
like something.
It's something. That's all we got.
All right, let's round things out here because I want to wrap this segment here up. But thoughts on Mass Effect 3? I'll say, I'll
Oh
start.
my
So,
God,
yeah,
here we
they're when Mass Effect 3 came around, like I said, if I'm gonna tell you guys that Mass Effect 2 is one of my favorite games ever, you can imagine how hyped I was and for Mass Effect 3. And I'll say this, in my opinion, they blew it with
I don't think they blew it. I really don't.
I think,
Nick boldly loves these games.
Oh, Jeff, what do you have to say?
I thought it was an enjoyable game, but
You,
it
alright, go.
it was like I said before. It was kind of a letdown. It definitely had some enjoyable aspects, but it didn't live up, I guess, to the hype that I created in my head when I played the first game. The second game I liked, and I was like, all right, this was good. Like it, I didn't like it as much as one, but I thought it was like a decent follow up. But the third one, I guess, was sort of a decent follow up to the second game. But when I go from 1 to 3, it's worth playing, but it just wasn't what I was hoping for in the beginning.
You don't like it from a story perspective.
Well,
correct?
two main things. Here's what they are. Number one, the ending, which no one's gonna
I have
fight
my
me
opinion
on,
that,
right?
too.
The ending was they could have done anything that would have been better than what it wound up being. And two, all the characters from Mass Effect 2. I mean, you got Liara here, but she's the developer favorite, so she's in there, so that's cool. But all the
Yeah,
other
after she wasn't
characters.
even in the second game, except
All-
the DLC mission.
Yeah, all the other characters are reduced to cameo roles in this third installment, and that's what got me. You go, you meet them on the Citadel, or you have like one mission with them, and depending on if you did certain things in the second game a certain way, they may or may not be there. It's I did not like the way they handled that in this, and I understand when you've got that many characters, they're all fighting for screen time, but still I just did not
the
agree with
ending-
that.
The problem I have with Mass Effect 3 is like, essentially, there's really only one ending. Would you agree with that? There's really only one ending to the game.
Pretty much.
Now, I liked that ending. What my problem is, there should have been a couple more like totally different endings. If they did something
Yeah.
like that, that would have been fine. But I liked the actual ending that they gave us. Just that was it. And I'm just saying that there should have been more options.
I felt it was completely like deflated. Like I was just like, ugh. And disclaimer: Nick also liked the ending of the show Dexter that just ended.
Yeah.
Also
yeah,
hated-
look that up. Completely off topic, but yeah, just so you know where Nick's opinion is coming from.
Yeah, because
I-
your opinion is correct.
It is.
No, it's not.
Good comeback.
Yeah, Jeff's usually wrong.
I
I side with Nick.
You're an idiot, Tom. Anyways, I thought the game was good. The ending, I didn't think it was as bad as people made it out to be, but it like I said, you know, it just, to me, it comes down to being kind of a letdown. Like, I've seen worse, but it was just kind of...
No, I'm not even saying it's the greatest ending, but if they had that ending that they gave us with options of other endings, I don't think it'd be as bad. I think it'd be...
Well, sure, yeah, if there were multiple endings that
but
were...
that's the problem.
were-
They didn't give us more options for endings. That's the whole problem.
So if that's the only option you give, then you can kind of say the ending was a letdown then, because the one option I just think was kind of mediocre and didn't live
But-
up to what
okay, well,
should have been
I don't think it's
expected of
mediocre.
it.
I liked that ending, though.
All right.
So basically, what you're saying is I should play everything, but don't have like stars and rainbows in my eyes for the ending of the third.
Yeah, just,
Yeah.
Don't set my
like I
hopes
said,
really
it's
high.
a fun ride. The journey is fun. Just the end result is kind of like, it isn't like that was like, well, some people say that was completely
Well,
stupid.
we,
to me, it
we
was
can
more
say
of a...
we can say this: the fans were so mad, and like
Yeah, I was
people
gonna say,
people
like,
disagree with this so much that they released a like extended director's
Before they
cut.
Which I
extended
totally
cut.
completely disagree with because, I don't know, I
Yeah,
feel like
you
that's
don't
like...
you don't think they should have changed it?
Well, I feel like they had like a specific... The creators of this game had a specific vision, and if like you're going to take the time where they have to change that, like...
I see.
Like,
Before
here's the thing,
before they
like,
released that
people didn't like the ending
DLC,
of-
parts of the ending didn't even make sense.
But if the ending...
Yeah.
If the ending, people didn't like the ending.
But
of
they should have
Dexter,
just
can
stuck
you
with it,
imagine if
basically.
people like saying this so much that they actually reshoot the ending of Dexter?
Well,
like,
I don't want
gonna
to
be
cross
stupid.
over too much to the TV.
I know, but you
let
see
me
what I'm
say
saying.
this: I don't think the creators' original vision from when they made the
Yeah.
first game went over to here because they partnered up with EA and it became more of a corporate moneymaker business model. And from one crossover to Dexter, it was a completely different writer towards the end from
Alright,
what started.
That's
So-
what happened here too. If
Yeah.
you want to say Drew Carpesian was busy with his other book stuff, and Mac Walters took over as lead writer, and that's a lot of people say that's what messed this up too, because Drew had some ideas for using, having the Reapers being motivated by dark matter and stuff, and if you pay attention to Tally's loyalty mission in Mass Effect 2, that's where they were planning to go with it, but since Drew left the writing team after that, they took it in a different direction. I would have rather seen that than what we got.
Yeah, or seen anything. than that.
All right. Well, let's actually wrap this up here. So to sum up, do you guys? We know they're working on a next generation. They're making a new Mass Effect game, but it's not going to be a Commander Shepard game.
Is that like confirmed though, or is that just
the executive producer Casey Hudson he moved to a new studio, or they did confirm that this is in the works. So we know for sure there's going to be another Mass Effect game of some form on the new consoles. So, I guess I'll say, what we got with Mass Effect 3 has kind of turned me off to the entire franchise at this point. But I'm hopeful that they'll do something with the next one and get back to where it was.
I feel like they should just... This is this generation for the... Like, Mass Effect was like this, Xbox 360, PS3 generation. I feel like they should just... kind of create like a new whole franchise.
Right.
Because I
Kinda
like...
with
I,
like
keeping the
Halo
same
and-
keeping the same universe
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
new story.
What is the Journey?
Okay.
which one?
There's like there's like Halo, and then there's Journey, like the whole new universe.
like with AOTS.
Oh,
or,
Destiny, you mean?
Destiny. That's what
Yeah,
I mean. Sorry.
yeah. It kind of, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Just waiting for somebody to.
Oh, so yeah, so you're saying build another new universe, but
Yeah,
use,
just
use,
this
use
franchise-
influences
'cause
from the other stuff.
Because I liked this this whole franchise. I liked Shepard's story, so I don't know.
I feel like they could use a universe though, because
Yeah, it's so big.
Yeah.
It's like Star Trek or Star Wars. They create a whole universe with different races and cultures. I mean, there's a lot they can use for different games. They don't all have to be on a huge grand epic scale. They can make, there's a lot they can, they could do with it that they should do with it.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. I guess we'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
next gen game, I'll play it. I mean, like I was kind of disappointed with 3, but I still liked them enough where, you know, I want to see what they have to offer next.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I was like, I was disappointed with 3, but you know, the next one coming, I'm definitely interested in. So that's going to do it for our look back at Mass Effect. Let's move on. This week we are going to talk about AVGN Adventures.
All right, it's about time.
Finally, Thomas.
There's no. All of us are familiar with the nerd. If you're not familiar with the angry video game nerd, then I don't know. You
I feel
probably
sorry
haven't
for
been
you.
using the internet in the last 6 years. So why don't we run our footage for this? I'll kind of.
Now is the day Chris spilled the paint.
Yeah. Is that a reference to something?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Freaking Tom. All right. First thing I want to say is that this game is tough. And I think, you know, I've seen Craig's tweets and all this stuff about this game. You're going to die in this game.
Would you
You're
say
gonna
that
die-
this game sucks donkey diarrhea balls?
You're going to die all the time in this game.
So remind me, you were playing with a keyboard, right?
Yeah.
I tried for keyboard for about 5 seconds, and the jump's like delayed or something. I don't think it works. You gotta use a gamepad.
It just doesn't work. Well, that's the thing. At first I was like, oh man, these controls. Like look at that type of shit. So
What is this saying? It said I'd rather have a beaver jizz in my
seen all the
whatever.
videos.
Is that
yeah,
I've
what
you
always
you're
see,
said.
saying?
you know what to expect with this crap, and I'll get into that later. I mean, I think they overdid it on that a little bit, but the
Yeah,
controls,
geez.
I did get used to the controls later on, right? So you could see the type of crap you've got going on here. You've got just tons of cheap traps. There's cheap enemy placement. You got those friggin' insta-kill blocks straight out of Skull and Crossbones on NES. Like if you even get near that thing, you die.
Oh, those kill you right
Yeah.
now?
I'd rather have a Martian take a dump in my mouth. What was it? What was this thing saying?
Dude,
Classic nerd
I mean,
lines.
again, you understand
Yeah.
like what they're doing here because of that's what the nerd would say at the end of one of his videos. But all right, let's see. Things I can say that are probably okay. I like the music. The music is very well done. Xander, you were saying it's just up too damn loud, right?
Yeah, you can't turn it down. But it was good. It was pretty good.
No, the music is good. I want to say
I'm sorry. You're just too darn loud.
the thing I like in particular, like all the music is good for all the levels. When you beat a level, I like the music it plays right after you beat a level. And you can't hear it here, but it's just the theme song. It's redone in the chiptune style that they use for the whole game. But you know that's cool. You know he stands there and it like tallies up your score and stuff. That's cool. Let's see. You can see here from the footage, like when he dies and stuff. I wish they had taken a cue. We talked about Hotline Miami recently. I wish they had taken a cue from that because in that game, when you die, you just hit whatever, you hit the R button or whatever it is you're using, and you just restart instantly. With this game, you have to it pauses and you have to watch that stupid thing that pops up where it's like, oh, I'd rather have whatever the hell it says. And you have to, it pauses and you can't just skip it. You have to wait a few seconds and then you can hit the button and
You're
resume.
forced to read it.
Yeah. It's I wish they had changed
And
that.
this happens every time you die?
Yeah, every single time. There's no way to get around it.
Yeah, and you have to hit the jump button to restart the level or where. And half the time, you reach a checkpoint like right here where you hit the jump button, try to get the damn level restart, and then you just jump off the edge as soon as it starts again.
Yeah, and you just die.
This game looks pretty fun. I haven't played it yet.
So yeah, I mentioned the
Dream
characters.
Master thing.
I mean, there's you've obviously got the nerd. So yeah, so it does this, and you can't. It would have been good to just be able to hit a button and skip that instantly. There's a nerd here. Obviously, it's his game, but there's other playable characters in the game. There's Kyle Justin's in the game. Mike is there, and there's also the bullshit man. They all have different abilities. Like Kyle has a guitar attack that can go through walls. Mike can jump really high and he can see hidden areas, and then the bullshit man has a double jump and the most powerful attack. So you got to find these guys though; they're hidden in the levels, and you got to find them before you can use them. So there's that. That's cool. Let's see. I don't know, guys. I mean, it's a typical platformer, and it's just hard as hell. Like.
I'm a big Mega Man fan, so I just didn't have a chance to play it, but I definitely want to try this as soon as possible. As far as, from what I can gather, some of the difficulty looks really cheap, and that does look kind of obnoxious when you die.
cheap.
But I want to say that was kind of intentional,
Yeah, I think after talking with I had a chance to talk to Craig at E3 about it, and I think that's kind of what they were going for, is like just like a super mega tough NES style game.
And it almost looks like it's kind of obnoxious, but but it kind of goes with the angry video game nerd though. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
His thing is like
that's what he complains
these
about.
glitchy
Yeah,
things. Like, why not make that into a game yourself?
but
yeah, this is the type of game that he's always complaining about.
It's a good idea. It's like a good gig to have, but I don't know. I would not get involved in this.
This is just like, especially this is just total chaos. You get these bubbles coming up out of the ground. You got spikes.
I
He's
know.
trying to jump off these things.
I'm definitely.
You just have to be good at
Oh,
playing
yeah,
video
you- all
games
that
like I
stuff.
am, and then you'll be fine.
I'll definitely play this weekend. I'll try to fly through the whole thing. Well, I guess I'll let you know next week how my progress is on that. But I don't know. Like I said, I like old school Mega Man. Someone just released an NES game not too long ago called Battle Kid that was like ridiculously challenging.
Yeah, Battle Kid's pretty tough.
Yeah, I finished it. I kind of cheated partway through with save states, but I finished most of it on my own.
You gotta play with the cartridge, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I played it
about
with
that.
I played the cartridge version. That's how you gotta play those games.
Yeah, but no. But this,
Fine.
like, same thing. This looks like super tough, but I definitely would, like, I don't mind, like, some games with, like, a ridiculous difficulty because so many games are easy nowadays. So if one comes out every now and then, it's really hard. It doesn't bug me too much. So how else is the game?
Yeah, I mean, aside from that, I forget which level this is. This is somewhere like the,
Castlevania.
no, this isn't the asshole Vania or whatever the hell it's called. But yeah, all the levels have like there's like a Boo Haunted House level like from the episode where he talked about what was it, Nightmare on Elm Street. And then there's this here, like you could get this key. Let's see. I think you really have to be a nerd super fan to get into this game.
I don't know. It looks pretty. Like if you're a fan of just retro gaming in general, I think you could get into it. I played it at E3, and it just seemed like I played like a lot of NES games from the past with like an upped difficulty.
Right.
So I think as long as you're a fan of retro gaming in general and like that Battle Kid style of difficulty, I think that maybe not a casual gamer, but somebody who's into retro gaming would definitely be into it.
Speaking of things like Battle Kid and all that, isn't there like there's sort of like a lot of these like ultra hard retro classic games that are out that are like coming out left and right like right now.
Yeah, there's like
Was Super Meat Boy
Yeah,
like
Super
that?
Meat
Okay, here we
Boy.
go. Check this out.
Man.
this level looks awesome. Oh,
Look who it is.
Look who it is.
The chat room. Oh yeah, it's Keith. Keith Apicary made an appearance in this game. Everybody. The chat room wants everybody to know that the stream is not working this evening,
It's all right.
and they are all very upset about it.
We're sorry.
That's
Can
all
I hear
right.
us?
The episode. I don't know if they can still hear us, but if they can, the video will be up
can't.
on YouTube. It's all right.
Xander says, or they say Bob wants you to know that Xander is going to discipline you.
It's just Bob. Whatever.
No, there's a bunch of people in there, but apparently it's not streaming. So
All right.
Yeah, it is.
they say that it's not. Everybody in the chat room.
Well, we
All right.
say it is.
Well,
Update your codex.
we thought it was.
Yeah, well, it's not.
It's all right. We'll figure it out. It's just guys. It's just a little bit of growing pains here. We've been doing the show for a little bit, but we still have this thing come up from time to time. So
Chris, is this you playing this game?
is it?
Yeah, you suck.
Yeah.
Well, you guys play it then.
I did play it at
This
E3.
may-
That
this
was
may-
awesome.
I don't know.
Greg told
This
me
may
I
or
wasn't
may
allowed
not
near
be
it because
me.
I'm so good.
This may or may not be me. This game's hard. You play it on PC and see how
I
well you
have a
do.
Play on
controller
PC
set up.
with
I
a
think the
keyboard,
problem is
like-
you guys used keyboards too.
I did.
I played it with a controller, so it was easier that way, I think.
Just plug in a 360 pad and it works right off the bat. Like what the hell?
Yeah.
Just fall, dude. The jump didn't work half the time. Like it's hard. It's supposed to be hard.
I don't think it's supposed to be that hard. Like the jump was like delayed like a full second.
Even with a controller?
It's supposed to
No,
be
just
that
on
hard,
a
all right.
keyboard. If you're using a keyboard, you probably don't play it.
Yeah, it was tricky for sure. So let's do it. Let's do an overall here. I think we've talked about it enough. So put up our scorecard. And here's what we're gonna say. If you're a hardcore nerd fan, probably already bought this game. You at least know it exists. So
Yeah, you had it the day it came out.
yeah. if you're the hardcore nerd game, this game is for you. You got to buy it. But otherwise, I would say wait for it to go on sale because $15, you know, I want to say not to ding it too much, but $15 I think is the absolute max they can charge for this game. So that's what they're charging for it. You know, if it goes on sale, definitely snap it up. It's worth the money. But you know, I made the comparison earlier before we went live here. You've got when you're talking, you know, similar games, something like DuckTales Remastered, also for $15. You know, you gotta kind of put things in perspective. But I don't want to take too much away from it. It is a very good game. It's a solid platformer. And also, the other thing to consider is this is Screw Attack's first game. A lot of these guys try to do a game like this or try to do any game, and it just takes them forever to do it, or the game's released with bugs and a million issues, and it just doesn't pan out.
Yeah, this game didn't need a Kickstarter or anything, did?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit there. I'm gonna say that maybe $15 for the game isn't too bad to ask for a game. Like, from the few levels I played, it was a pretty good quality indie game. So I would say that 15 is a pretty fair price to ask for it.
Yeah, well, that's what I was trying to get at. I mean, it is solid. There's no weird stuff going on in the game. It plays solid. It's all right, except for the minor control thing. But
it's just super hard.
Yeah,
like if you know that
it is
going
super
in,
difficult.
I think it's worth the $15 for the amount of creativity and effort that they put into it.
Okay.
And it is pretty fun.
That's fair. Okay, so that is AVGN Adventures, guys. And on that note, that is going to do it for us. Thanks for checking out our show this week. Please check out our Facebook page, guys. Like us on Facebook.
Like us on web.
Like us on webs.
On the internet.
Check out our website at GameSlean.tv. Follow us on Twitter at GameSlean. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. We're on YouTube, of course. Any other final words, Molly? Thanks for joining us this week.
Hi guys, I'll see you soon. Yeah.
Anything else? I don't know what we're doing next week.
What's going on here?
My video review for Deadly Premonition is up.
See you soon. All right.
If Nick likes the end, it probably sucks.
Guys, thanks for joining us. Keep playing. We'll see you next time on GameSlean.
This is 2 years.